Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble night. Continue to have a blessed and humble day. This y'all shorty Racheal. I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life reviews and reactions. Right, we're gonna be reviewing and reacting to TikTok rants. Man, it is so much going on. I mean, everybody is mad at what Trump is doing. It's crazy, right? Like I tell people, we know that he won because of the electoral votes. We know a lot of people was flip flopping between Trump, Biden, Kamala, right? A lot of people know what I think, right? What is my perspective on that situation, man? And like I said, we just gotta wait and see what happens now. I mean, he's in office, right? I mean, I don't know if what he's doing is going to work or not, right? But what's crazy is, right, I know that in places like in Ohio and stuff like that, right? Because I hear a lot of people complaining that now, right, the only way to get food stamps, all right, the only way to get food stamps is, right, if you're working 30 hours or more. I know that I went to Youngstown, Ohio, right, and in order for you to get food stamps in Youngstown, Ohio, right, um, you have to work a certain amount of hours, right? And in Philly, right, in order for you to get the food stamps, right, you would have to be either on SSI, SSDI, right, or complete and accomplish, right, a couple of workforce programs, right? So, I mean, that idea has been around for a minute. I mean, I'm guessing they're just evolving the idea. I'm not sure, but it seems that a lot of people, are having issues with that, right? A lot of people are saying that we're having low wages, right? A lot of people are saying that AIs, right, are taking over their jobs, right? And then we got the rants going on with the, what's happening with Section 8, the rules for Section 8 for 2025, and the EBT, right? So, I mean, there's been a lot of rants on TikTok. Shout out to the people that actually put these videos together, right? Because they took the time to actually, you know, grab a whole bunch of videos, right? And how can I say it? Put them together for us to watch. So let's get this John started, right? I appreciate everybody. Blessings, blessings. Gary Bust It Down Brown. Make sure y'all go check out Gary Bust It Down Brown. Gary Bust It Down Brown has great conversations, great topics, and he touches on a lot of topics that a lot of people are scared to touch on, right? I don't get tired of saying this, but make sure y'all go check him out, sub up, share his videos, and help the man bring awareness, right? Next to the word, next to Nate the Great podcast, right? I have learned that Gary Bust It Down is right next to these great men here on social media, right? So make sure y'all don't miss out on the knowledge, the wisdom that Gary Bust It Down Brown is giving us. All right, so let's get this John started, man. Gary, I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Thanks for popping up, y'all guys. Make sure y'all go check him out. But let's get this John started, right? We're gonna get started with the low wages are destroying people's lives. Low wage rant, TikTok rants, right? And this is like I guess a page here on YouTube, right, where they just put all these TikTok rants together. So let's listen to this video, right? It's gonna be the first video we're gonna be reviewing and reacting to. Let's check it out.
So California just announced a new $20 minimum wage for all fast food restaurants. But there's a catch. If your fast food restaurant has a bakery in it, then you do not have to pay your employees that $20 minimum wage.
Get into the numbers. So my total gross was $2,107.80.
Damn. Going back to what he said if the fast food restaurant has a bakery, right? That employer, right, the boss of the franchise, right, or of the business, right, is not, how can I say it? He doesn't have to, them rules don't apply to him or her, right? Basically, if you're working at McDonald's, Burger King, and places like that, you're supposed to get your minimum wage is supposed to be, I guess, $20, right? They went up. McDonald's minimum wage was supposed to have been already like $10, $11 already, right? But a lot of McDonald's, I noticed that, right, they want to pay their employees $9 an hour, $10 an hour, when that should have already been up. But now apparently, right, they're going around saying that the wages went up, right? The minimum wage went up. Now it's $20 an hour. I mean, Didn't they say that before and nothing really happened? Did it ever go into effect? Now it's $20. But if the restaurant has a bakery, right, like Panera, they don't have to go by the rules. So only, damn. If it's like that, wait, who else? Oh, you got pizzerias. Pizzerias got ovens. So that means that if you're working for like a Panera and any type of pizzeria, the minimum wage for you stays the same. That's some fucked up. I mean, that's if the boss, right, the employer wants it like that. So the employer has the option to raise your wage up to $20 if it's lower than that. So does that go for the healthcare workers, right? If their wage starts up a little higher, so do they get paid like $25 to $30 an hour? Let's continue.
Get into the numbers. So my total gross was $2,107.87. My taxes were
Oh shit! Damn, Gary I forgot all. Yo, listen, man, I haven't seen a Subway since I was pregnant of my daughter. Yo, shout out to Gary. Yo, I totally forgot about Subway. They got ovens, yo. Shout out to. How you forget about Subway? That's because you ain't been to a Subway in like 8 to almost 9 years already. Shit, that's crazy. But yeah, that's some real shit. Subway too. That means damn. So and they already stingy and greedy. I feel sorry for the employees of Subway, Panera, and pizzerias. What else has a bakery? Shit, Burger King doesn't. Shit, I know the employees of Burger King are gonna be happy now. Shit, they're gonna be. Listen, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think that the rules should apply to places like, Subway, Panera, and pizzeria, especially pizzerias, man. The employees for the pizzerias don't get paid shit. Listen, I don't want nobody to get mad, but I gotta say it like this for y'all to really understand, right? Especially those in the back. People here in Philly, the employees in the pizzerias get paid no less than what, $8, $7, $9. Like, come on, man. Like, their minimum wage is like the immigrants. And then the most they make is off of tips if they get tipped. Like, come on, man. Like the delivery people, how much do y'all think that they get paid? In reality, it's only $2 per delivery. And if they get tipped, they get tipped. So y'all do the math. But anyways, you know what? I think I'm giving out too much sauce on that department. That's crazy. But this shorty's about to give up, how much her wages are. But damn, $20 minimum wage, that's good for the, other restaurants. That means if $20 the minimum wage for, the jobs that were already getting lower than that, how much is the minimum wage going to be for the jobs that were getting paid already $15 to $20 an hour? $13 to $20 an hour. You see where I'm coming from? Are they going to get $25 to like $30 an hour? I don't know. I was just a little curious, but damn, shout out to Gary Bust It Down.
And you do not have to pay your employees that $20 minimum wage.
Get into the numbers. So my total gross was $2,000.
And she was a nursing, so she's talking about her nursing paycheck.
$1,107.87. My taxes were $394.14. My deductions were $206.02. So I got to take home $1,507.
That's not bad.
If you work in fast food, you don't deserve $20 an hour.
Hey, that's some fucked up shit to say.
So I have to.
Yo, no, he didn't. He said if you work in fast foods, you do not deserve to get $20 an hour. Why not? You know the bullshit that waiters, waitresses gotta deal with, chefs, cashiers. Like, do y'all know the bullshit they gotta deal with? They should get paid a little more than that because the way the people are, well, I mean, and it goes both ways, right? It goes both ways. The employee and the customer. What's crazy is, right, they got this little thing, the customer's always right. No, the fuck they not. Shit, I don't know who came up with that shit. But, the customers are not always right. Some of them motherfuckers are entitled. Yeah, I worked at, shit, listen, I worked them type of jobs before. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. It's crazy, though. But then you got some employees that ain't shit, too. So that's why I said this shit vice versa, though. You don't deserve to get paid $20. Bull tripping. You don't deserve to fuck. You know what? No, Ray, you stooping to his level. Scoop. Don't let the hood come out of you right now. It's just that some people make no damn sense. I just want to pop him in the head, make his little red head jump off his head. He probably got a bald head anyway. Freaking make a mind, motherfucker.
Deserve $20 an hour.
So I have decided to leave the security field, you guys. This field just doesn't pay enough.
$20 an hour.
Yo,
Hiring.
shout out to Gary.
That
Yo,
you have
I'm
a
dead. No, he
master's
didn't.
degree or
That shit's
PhD.
like having.
The girl that had my job before.
Or
Wait, she said.
PhD.
What she said?
Field just doesn't pay enough.
Yo, she said the security field doesn't pay. What security field you working for? Security field pays kind of good here in Philly. I mean, not all of them, but the majority of the security jobs here in Philly. What they man, listen. If I went and had 500 at this right now and still be feeling it because of the accident from last year, boy, I'll be in that field right now. Because I know that right now, because of the way my back is, I can't do the health aid. So, that little $3,000 check a week is kind of like gone. But the security field, that would be my next step. And I'm licensed to carry. What? Boy, you tripping. You want to quit that field. Shit. If restaurants are getting $20, the minimum wage, I wonder what the security field is like now. Shit. They were starting from 13, 14, 15, 16. It depends too. Shit. My bad. Let's continue.
$20 an hour, but requiring that you have a master's degree or PhD.
What? Wait. They're going to pay $20 an hour requiring that you have a master's or a PhD for what? Restaurant jobs? What the hell you need a PhD for a restaurant job? So let me find out you need some type of diploma, a master's, a PhD to sit here and make a freaking pizza or bake some bread in the oven. For a restaurant job? Shit.
The girl that had my job before I came along, guess how much she was making?
How much she was making?
$1,000.
Ah.
The job I just interviewed.
So the chick before her was making $20,000. So did she make the $20 target wage? Shit.
Before at the end told me they pay $45K.
So my first job out of college, I was working for this small family business up in Dallas, and they paid me
pennies. They paid me $35,000 a year. Thank God I was still living with my
That's
parents. I don't know how someone
$3,500
can
a year.
afford to live off that.
Why
But
was
if
you
you
working
can,
that?
if you're one of those people that can make $35K work, I think you should be in charge of the National Treasury. But the thing is,
$3,000, $500 a year. Wait a minute. Why was you even there? See, yo, you know what I think is crazy, right? And this is why I think this loan shit with a lot of people is like a lot of people go out, they get these loans, right? They go to college and they get these degrees and these masters and all this, right? Shout out to the ones that actually do, actually get a job on what they study on. You see what they learning, what their degree is about. But a lot of people go out there, get these loans, be in debt, right? And the majority of the jobs they get have nothing to do with what their diploma or what they graduated for. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's why some people might be, miserable. I don't know, like AI type looking right nowadays. Like, what I mean by AI type looking, have you ever seen a motherfucker looking pale, moving like a robot outside? I mean, listen. She was minimum wage now. Yeah, like she was only getting paid $3,500 a year. I wonder what she was getting paid. Like 10 cents an hour? Like she took it back to slavery. Shit. And they didn't even pay you in slavery. I mean, what? No, it's the prisons, right? That at one point they was paying people pennies. I think they made it up to $1 now, maybe $2. I don't know. I mean, listen, you know what? I ain't never been locked up. I've just heard stories. So let's continue, man. Let me not put my foot in my mouth because I can only really, know if it's true if I've ever been in that situation. And I can't go by the movies or the TV shows because it's, that's entertainment. They may throw a message in there, but at the end of the day, what I'm looking at, I don't think really happens in these jails. But hey, I mean, I know that what they're doing is, throwing a little bit of what does happen. But what I'm seeing here, what they portray on TV, I don't think really is what's happening in these jails. I think it might be a little worse or different. I mean, you know what? But let's continue. You was getting paid worse than somebody that is in jail, working a sweatshop.
Agreed to that. I knew the salary going in. I knew it was going to be pennies on the dollar, but like I was fine with it. The crazy thing is they thought
She was fine with that shit.
overpaying me. The girl that had my job before I came along, guess how much she was making? $20,000, and I never met her. I don't know what all of her responsibilities were, but assuming the
So she made $20,000 a year. Well, she was making a couple more pennies than you. She made $20,000 a year. That's it. She just made a couple more pennies than you because you made $3,500 a year. That's crazy right there, yo. Shit, that's how much I was getting from my taxes here and there. Not all the time, but shit.
were similar to what I was doing, that girl is probably working 70 to 80 hours a week easily. These owners really thought $20,000 was a fair wage and that $35,000 was like a really generous offer. And
What?
they had a very lucrative business. Like their cars probably cost 3 times my salary.
So California just announced.
What the fuck type job does she have, yo? Like, I'm confused.
Lucrative business. Like their cars probably cost 3 times my salary.
So California just announced a new $20 minimum wage for all fast food restaurants. But there's a catch.
You said
If
this
your
earlier.
fast food restaurant has a bakery in it, then you do not have to pay your employees that $20 minimum wage. And that got me thinking, what fast food chains have a bakery in it? Panera Bread.
Oh, it's more.
All the fast food chains, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Arby's, you name it, they all have to pay their employees a minimum of $20 an hour. But Panera Bread doesn't. Why would that be? Gavin Newsom is the governor of California. And as it turns out, one of Gavin Newsom's longtime donors, Glenn Flynn, owns 24 Panera Breads in California.
Damn.
I mean, to me, that seems like a conflict of interest. Basically, what Gavin Newsom...
Obviously you said any business with an oven does not have to pay their employees the $20 minimum wage. So that leads back to what I said earlier. I feel bad for the pizzeria employees. I feel bad. Gary just reminded me of Subway. Shit, the last time I ate at Subway, it's been 8 years. No wonder I forgot about Subway. Shit, I'll never forget about Wawa. OMG. Wawa be having the best soups. Anyways, and the best smoothies. Yo, the cheesecake smoothie, the strawberry cheesecake smoothie from Wawa. Oh my God, I'll be in heaven. Anyways, my bad. But you serious? So what's gonna happen to the school lunches? I mean, the school lunch ladies. There's a bakery in every school lunch, So what, they gonna lower their pay? Shit, they only get paid from $10 to $13 an hour. That's some fucked up shit if y'all do that. I mean, I don't know if that's included, but you said every business, right? With a bakery. So I'm just thinking of businesses with a bakery, with an oven, right? Panera, Subway, pizzerias. The schools, right? Because if you don't know, right? Aramark, right? Aramark, yes, the people that deliver to the stadiums and all that, right? Also delivers school lunches, right? To the schools. And the kids gotta pay for that. So I wonder if the school lunches, the cafeterias are included in this shit. I'm including everything. I'm just thinking about everything. Yo, people come online and say the dumbest things. I swear to God. Like, I don't know. They just get mad and rant about one thing and then just take it off on everything else, not thinking or twice about what they're saying. But maybe I'm tripping. $20 a year is around $1,700 a month, give or take. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, okay. So, man, this chick's employer decided to play her because she wanted to get played. Unless this chick got some type of mental health issue, I would understand why she let these employers pay her $3,500 in 1 year. Like, I'm trying to figure this shit out. So I'm guessing that the last employee before you, lady, was a whole lot smarter than you. But that's me. That's just my opinion. California is tripping. That is true. Listen, Gary. I was just saying the same shit just now, and the bull's talking about Cali right now.
Some did is everyone has to pay their employees $20 an hour, but not you, Panera Bread. You donate money to my campaign, so I'm gonna let you guys pay your employees $10 an hour. Shit like this is what makes normal people just not trust politicians. So Gavin Newsom is going to make this new law, but there's going to be a loophole for all of his little buddies that donate to his campaign.
So the pizzerias and Subways donate to his. Who's the owner of Subways? It's gonna come out like this. Couple watch. It's gonna come out. Who owns the franchise of Subway? Work Capital Group. That's a franchise. So it's different people that own. I see why he's saying it. Oh shit. Blackstone Inc. has parts. Oh shit. Blackstone Inc. got parts of Subway, Jimmy John's, Firehouse Subs, everything that has an oven. Oh shit. I just noticed this shit. Inspire Brands has part of it. Restaurant Brands. Oh shit. Jersey Mike's. Get the fuck out of here. Oh snap. He kind of is making a point. So that means that anybody that owns, even Subway. Oh shit. Blackstone owns parts of Subway. Oh shit. Get the fuck out of here. Damn. Cali, they tripping right now doing this shit. So that's just not fair. The bull is making a point. Now I'm gonna have to take back what I said. He said Panera donates to the governor. Yeah, but that's the crazy part. Blackstone has parts of Panera too. Blackstone and all these places, they have parts of Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, Firehouse Subs, Subway. That shit is crazy. Subway, which Subway? Because it looks like they're owned by a franchise of, you know what? I'm gonna, go another way for this topic. You know what? Yeah, let's continue because I just had some random thoughts and I know I'm going to get struck if I say it. So you know what, Ray? Be a good girl. Be a good girl. You got to be a good girl. You got to be a good girl. Chill. You don't want the FBI knocking at your door because you said some Yo, as crazy as it is, the bull making a point. So he's not just ranting to rant. He's standing up for something. Oh, shit.
That's not right.
So I just gotta.
Yeah, he said all bakeries. So then he thought about Panera, but it's more than Panera. Like you said, there's Subway and and I'm just looking into this shit. Looking into who owns, the franchises of Subway. It's telling me that Blackstone got parts of it. Y'all know who Blackstone is. That's why I say, you know what? That'll be a topic for another live when I figure out my talking points on talking about them. That is crazy. Rockstone basically owns Blackstone, my bad. Blackstone basically owns the majority of the restaurants with bakeries in them. Blackstone has parts of a whole franchise called Rourke Capital Group. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to go down a rabbit hole to see what the fuck. Oh, okay. It tells me a little bit about Rourke. I hope I'm saying it right. Rourke Capital Management LLC, also known as Rourke Capital Group or simply Rourke Capital, is an American private equity firm with around $37 billion in assets under management. Headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh shit! And their headquarters is in Atlanta, Georgia. At that, you know what? Okay, let's finish the video because the shorty. You know what? Ray, take your time. Think about what you're going to say. Think about what you're going to say. Remember, you want this channel. Let's continue.
Little buddies that donate to his campaign. That's not right.
So I just got a message on.
Let me see. Does Popeyes own their own biscuit? I said that shit wrong. Does Popeye make their own biscuits? Nope, they don't make their own biscuits. They're frozen. The same thing with Kentucky Fried Chicken and every other place. Their biscuits are not made in a restaurant. They're delivered to them frozen. Oh shit. So yep, nope. Franchises like Popeyes and places like that, they do not make their own biscuits. So they do not have their own bakery. So guess what, Popeyes? Y'all gotta bring y'all minimum wage up to $20. Y'all gotta pay y'all employees. It's fucked up that Panera, Subway, and all them other places don't have to apply by that rule. I think that's messed up. That right there is. I don't care what nobody says.
Little buddies that donate to his campaign. That's not right.
So I just got a message on LinkedIn, right? From someone who's hiring urgently. And they are paid $20 an hour. $20 an hour, but requiring
Facts,
that you
yeah.
have a master's degree or PhD.
All right. What?
How much does a registered nurse make? It's
All right.
Or $dollars an hour hiring. So I just got a message.
His little buddies that donate to his campaign. That's not right.
So
this chick says she's POV, backing away slowly from low-paying jobs. So you backing away slowly from low-paying jobs?
I just got a message on LinkedIn, right? From someone who's hiring urgently.
Okay.
And they are paid $20 an hour.
Uh-huh.
$20 an hour, but requiring that you have a master's degree or PhD.
I mean, if you're in LinkedIn, right, the majority of the jobs in LinkedIn are not going to be for like KFC and Taco Bell. I mean, when I go on there, it'd be more a little professional. I see more for the medical field, right? I see people in there dealing with construction. So, I mean, that's why they ask for PhDs and certain diplomas and shit like that, right? I mean, they even got health aides on LinkedIn. And I know because I had to make my own profile when I was a health aide and shit like that. And I put my own little business. I mean, I mixed with both. But anyways, like, what does LinkedIn got to do with, I guess, what's $20 an hour? Shit, if the health aides are getting paid now $20 an hour instead of $13, $15 an hour, that's good. Because that's all I can think about right now on LinkedIn. Like, LinkedIn, and my bad, I can't even say the name right. She either don't have a master's or feel that's too low. I mean, yeah, that could be true because I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. Like, hold up. What you trying to say? Like, the shorty tripping.
For all his little buddies that donate to his campaign. That's not right.
So I just got a message on LinkedIn, right? From someone who's hiring urgently. And they are paid $20 an hour. $20 an hour, but requiring that you have a master's degree or PhD.
Master's or PhD. So that seems like it has to do something with the medical field. I mean, shit. Some of them already get paid $20 to $25, but as a majority of them that deal with the medical field are getting paid only $13 and up. So I mean, if it's required for $20 an hour, that's not a bad idea. So I'm just guessing, right? Like Gary said, you don't have your, diploma, your master's. Definitely, you don't have a PhD. So it's not for you. I mean, they got Indeed. You can go to Indeed and apply for other jobs. Like shit, if they paying the teachers $20 an hour and up, I think that's good too. Shit, right? I mean, how much do teachers get paid? Let me see something. How much is a teacher's minimum wage? The minimum teacher salary set by Pennsylvania Public School Code is $18,500. Kim noted. According to the Pennsylvania State Education Association, the state's largest teacher union, there are 7 school districts with minimum salaries of less than $30,000. I just want to know how much they get paid a week. The national hourly rate for teachers is $23 an hour. Okay, shit. Okay, so teachers, that has nothing to do with teachers either. So I'm guessing she was in Indeed, and she was in LinkedIn, and they was, I guess, giving her something that had to do with the health field. I mean, I don't know. That's my biggest guess right there.
How much does a registered nurse make? It's payday, and I am a new grad registered nurse. Let's look at this paycheck. For my little spiel, my specialty is psych, and I work in Connecticut, and I make $36.08 an hour. So
that's not bad.
Day shift, and there's no shift differential associated with that. The only differential I get is an extra $5 an hour on the weekends, and I work every other weekend. So I work 32 hours a week, and that is 64 hours in a pay period because I get paid bi-weekly, which is every other week. But this pay period, I only work 56 hours and 11 minutes because I was calling out sick. Enough talking. Let's get into the numbers. So my total gross was $2,107.87. My taxes were $394.14. My deductions were $206.02. So I got to take home $1,507.71. So this is the lowest paycheck yet as a registered nurse. So this is with 56 hours for the pay period. I'm honestly not mad at it, but see my next video how I budget this. If y'all like.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Like, she's getting paid $36 an hour as a nurse, a registered nurse.
Pay transparency too. Please comment down below how much you make, what specialty you're in, and
she's not making a rant. I'm confused. How did this video get in here? She's not even ranting. She's just giving somebody, I mean, I wouldn't call it advice. I don't know what you call it. She's just letting people know what she gets, I guess. I don't listen.
Instagram.
If you work in fast food, you don't deserve $20 an hour.
Explain to me why.
Good morning. This man is accidentally correct. They actually deserve a lot more than that.
Okay.
It really blows my mind that in the year of Odin 2024, we are still having this stupid fucking argument about minimum wage and whether or not people deserve to be paid enough to actually survive. I genuinely do not care what you do for work. If you have a job, you should be paid enough to pay your bills, afford food, and have a little bit left over for fun. If you disagree with what I just said, then you are admitting that our current system cannot function without people being kept in poverty. And this guy goes on to talk about how minimum wage jobs are supposed to be starter jobs for 16, 17-year-olds. But if that was the case, places like your local grocery store or your fast food restaurants would only be open from like 4 to 10 on weekdays. You cannot run a business on those hours. They need people to work there while kids are in fucking school.
Right.
The tired argument goes about getting a better job. Bro, have you seen the job market lately? I would call it a joke, but jokes are funny. Every single day I scroll on this app, I see more.
Yo, he is not lying. And what's crazy, this is what we've been talking about lately. You hear the people complaining, not just on TikTok, but on different apps, right? Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, right? Oh, they're going to take the food stamps away. Well, I feel as though that the females and the men that are out here being lazy, right? No reason why you should be at home, right? You should be out there making some money. Especially, you want to sit here and lay back and just keep popping kids. I mean, for the women, right? And for the men that want to lay down on the couch and collect the woman's welfare, she's the dummy that keeps doing it. But shit, You want to keep raising somebody else's son, right? Because you can't raise a man. Like Kay Michelle said, you can't raise a man if his mama couldn't. What makes you think you can? And that's a lot of, a lot of that shit is going on nowadays in society. Oh, my food stamps is getting cut off. Y'all worried that the food stamps go out there and apply for a job? I know it's not easy, but whatever you start off with is whatever you start off with, and then from there you keep looking for something better. And so you got to climb that ladder if you want to make it somewhere. And we can't just complain. Whatever you get at the first time is what you get until you come across something better. Like, you can't keep complaining if you're not looking for it. You're sitting at home, twirling your fingers, just watching operas at home, TV shows and movies, or listening to, or partying every weekend. That's what you want to do. Obviously, you're not going to find a job. But if you look hard enough, you'll find something. Like, listen, this shit is crazy.
More and more stories of people who've been unemployed for months, despite having filled out hundreds of applications for jobs that they are qualified for. It's not the 1970s anymore. The days of people being able to get good paying jobs with pensions off of a firm handshake are fucking over. But even if that wasn't the case, I really need y'all to understand that these minimum wage jobs you look down on so much are necessary for a functioning society.
I just said that shit.
We can't all be CEOs and tradesmen. If every single fast food worker in America quit right now and decided to go into the trades, one of two things would happen. Either number one, the trades would become extremely oversaturated and pay and benefits would fucking plummet for them. Or number two, 90% of these people wouldn't be able to find any jobs because there are nowhere near as many openings for trades as there are for minimum wage. And they'd end up right back in the exact same situation they were in, plus a little added extra debt from trade school. And before someone asks, no, I am not at all implying that someone who works at McDonald's should make the same as a doctor. I'm saying that someone who works minimum wage should make enough to pay their bills. A doctor or anyone who needs to have some sort of specialized skill set should make significantly more than that.
Mm-hmm.
If you are one of those people who likes to tote around the saying of, I worked hard for everything I have, I agree. And I think you deserve even more than what you've gotten because most likely your boss has been fucking holding out on you.
I'm dead.
Did your mom make it out?
She said your boss been holding out on you. Yo. Watch me decide to walk out on my 12-hour job, $12 an hour job, and quit. Why would you quit your $12 an hour job? Like, that right now is at least maintaining you for something. It's putting some money in your pocket. You want to quit? You got another job in place? Dummy. Now this one's a dummy. I'm hoping she got another job. So how you gonna afford this car and that phone? And you got an iPhone at that. Way more expensive than Androids. And you do it.
So
And the bitch was about to order DoorDash. Oh, let's hear what this one got to say. She's leaving the security field because it's a low pay.
I have decided to leave the security field, you guys. This doesn't pay enough. I'm out here working 40 hours a week, and I'm still not able to afford my own apartment.
Oh, shit.
After taxes, I'm making $15 an hour.
What?
It's just not enough, you guys. I'm tired.
Wait. After taxes, she's making $15 an hour? She just threw me off on there.
I'm tired of struggling with this job. And even if I did ask for a raise, I would need them to give me a raise of like $6 to $7 per hour. And I know they're not going to do that. So I'm just going to give this job another year. I'm really going to stack my money. I'm going to try to get a car. And I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go back to school for a skilled trade, HVAC, plumbing, electrical. I'm going to do something like that because security is great, but it's just, I'm not making enough, you guys. I am slowly going into my mid 30s, and I'll be damned if I'm about to be 35, 34, 35, 36 years old, and I'm not even making $20 an hour. Like, Come on now. So yeah, I'm going to give this job another year and then I'm out.
Another thing I don't understand is if you grew up low income or first generation, why did you pick a major that's not going to guarantee you an income post grad? At the end of the day, after you graduate, someone's going to have to pay off those student loans. It makes no sense to put yourself into tens of thousands of dollars in debt
like
just to
me.
not be able to pay it off when you graduate. I
She's thinking
understand the
just
follow
like
your
me.
dream rhetoric because
I was
people
just
do
a rant.
deserve jobs that make them happy. Sometimes that's not the reality. I don't dream of working, but at the end of the day, I'm going to have to do it anyway. Exactly why
Right.
people end up with jobs that don't even correlate with the degree. If you feel like you fall somewhere in that category, you need to make sure that the school that you're going to is correlated with your major. Why are you an arts major going to a school that focuses on science?
Right.
Go to a school that's specific to your major. There's way more networking, extracurricular activities, and clubs that can help you out on your resume. It's really just not a wise
That's true.
financial decision. And at the end of the day, you do have to pick wisely.
That's some real shit she just said, yo. I was just saying that earlier, right? I feel as though that some people, right, have these degrees, right? They end up with these loans and stuff like that, and the jobs that they end up getting after they end up being with these loans has nothing to do with the diploma that they have, right? Or the masters that they have, or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like, what was the whole point of getting yourself in debt if you're not even in that field? I'm not sure if she was certified. She didn't say if she was certified. But this is crazy. I just wonder, sometimes the reason why a lot of people get lazy, right, don't want to go to work is because they think that they can't get into the job that they feel comfortable in, the job that makes them feel good. Like some people are doing jobs that they're not, that's not for them. I mean, there's so many reasons, right? But let's continue, right? We got another playlist. Well, it's not even a playlist. It's like a video that they put together, right? And now we got people allegedly saying, right, ranting that AIs made me jobless. Now, one thing I'm gonna sit here and say, right, a while back, right, I was hearing and I was listening, right, and we did a couple weeks of reviewing and reacting to, will AIs take over, right? What would you do if would you put your hands, right? How would you feel if if your life depended on an AI judge, an AI lawyer, right? And 12 AI jurors, right? I mean, shit, we're talking about your life in the hands of, things that have no souls, can't even really think for themselves, that are programmed. So for the past couple months, right, people have been saying that they have lost their jobs to a robot. I mean, I don't know how true this is, right? But I'm guessing that if you're working like in the tech field or making videos and stuff like that, those are the people right now that are having a hard time maintaining their job. Because back then they were saying it, right? They was throwing out, we went down the rabbit hole with the chat GPT, right? And we learned a couple things about that, right? We learned a couple things about a lot of the stuff that has to do with AIs, right? So while we was at it, we learned that they already got the AI robots in the streets, especially in New Jersey and shit like that, right? And if I'm not mistaken, I forgot what other cities they got. I mean, they got the dogs, right? Now they got these little machines that, also deliver, right? They do kind of like the DoorDash and stuff like that. And there's a couple more things. But shit, I'm just thinking that people that work in technology and stuff like that, I guess their jobs are being taken over right now. I guess they trained the AIs and now the AIs is taking over their jobs. I don't know, because it says AI made me jobless. Artificial intelligence is taking over jobs. TikTok rants. # unemployment. And this was uploaded by Keeping Up with TikTok.
Photoshop just removed the need for my job.
I was given an AI counterpart. Little did I know, I was training it to replace me.
I started seeing check it with the AI, or we'll see what the AI kicks out.
I recently lost my job to AI, ChatGPT. They need someone to start immediately, but I can't really figure out what they want me to write. They want me to train AI. My job.
AI is taking over all of data analytics jobs.
I'm pretty sure Photoshop just removed
data analytics. And that's what I'm saying. I'm guessing the AIs is targeting those fields first. That is crazy.
Remove the need for my job. Let me show you. So I've got this beautiful image right here of a diver in the ocean. Grab the crop tool, make it a little deeper, select this, and we're just going to let Photoshop fill it in itself.
You about to cry?
Oh, what just happened? It's literally perfect. Oh, good thing we've got 2 backup options as well. Wait, is that one better? The third option was even better. Well, I don't have a job.
Oh, shit. I mean, the AIs make my thumbnails. The majority of my thumbnails, because I use Canvas for the majority of them. But when I can't pay for Canvas, I get on my phone and I get little thumbnails done. Listen, the last video I just uploaded, right, was it? I think it's talking about the dangers of social media. That little thumbnail I used for that video, I used the AI for that shit. So is the AI gonna take over my job? I don't even get paid for YouTube, so shit.
I lost my job to AI.
Hey, you so hype about it.
clickbaity
Damn.
headline. It's actually what's happening for me. If you don't know me, I'm Danny Galliaro. I'm an author
Hi.
and editor, and in my full-time money-making endeavors up until Monday, I was a freelance writer and editor.
Okay.
Contrary to popular belief, you don't make a lot of money when you're an indie author, at least not at this stage. So I had to rely on using my talents elsewhere. I do have an English degree. I have been in the writing editing space on and off since college. So let me tell you how AI took my job. I worked for this company. We basically did content writing, which if you don't know is blog post writing, so that companies can increase their SEO, search engine optimization.
I know what that is
about 4 or 5 months ago, the owner decided to sell to an ad agency in Colorado. And from the jump, I was like, I don't blame her for selling at all. We are all just trying to survive under capitalism here. And she basically just sold her client list, and all of us writers came along with, and editors. And then she got pushed into an advisory role and got to stay on. Again, no blame for her. I totally understand her business decision. The issue is that this ad agency is a bunch of dude man bros. I think a woman works there, which, we were a mostly female company coming in. I digress. So I'm included on all these Slacks about my clients, the ones that I work with most closely. These are the ones that I've talked about before have gotten me onto Forbes. So my writing is on Forbes through a ghostwriting type thing where I write for some corporate CEO and it's me, but I'm them. And speaking of, I think major publications are using AI more than you know.
So basically they got you to train their AI, right? And now the AI could do the same exact thing that you could do for free. I think, because I don't think these AIs get paid.
Because some of my articles started getting rejected for reasons that a human would not reject them. Just throwing that out there. So suddenly I'm starting to see in these Slacks that they're charging our clients 60-70% more than we used to charge, which again, I wasn't supposed to be privy to that, but they put it in the Slack, so I saw it. And then I started seeing just one name of one person, the woman who was now managing the article writing. And I started seeing, check it with the AI, or we'll see what the AI kicks out. I used to do a lot of editing work for them then in the Associated Press style. And again, that was great money. I was so grateful for it because it was you can work an hour and make pretty good money. It gave me the flexibility to be able to write and be with my kids and, do these other things that fulfill my life.
But I feel as though when you use AI, it's cheating. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks like that, using AI like ChatGPT and all that it's cheating. But I mean, I guess to each his own, right? That's my opinion. That's my perspective. That's how I see it. Y'all may see it otherwise, right?
But now it seems they're solely using the AI to write the content. And now my former boss is doing the editing, checking to make sure it's not too bonkers. Don't think that's the role she thought she was going to end up in. And she sent us kind of a private email to that effect. But essentially, I don't have that job anymore. And my family will be okay. My husband is the primary breadwinner. There have been times when it was me, but we kind of flop back and forth as far as who gets to go do the fun thing and chase their dreams and who has to go and sit and do corporate mumbo jumbo. Right. I still have an ad agency client here in town. You guys hear me talk about my gravel client and they're delightful, but I've finished working for them for the year. When it comes to writing blogs, done all their content for the year.
Bringing awareness to something.
So now I have to make a choice. Do I go out and look for more corporate mumbo jumbo work where it's not very fulfilling? And it's probably eventually going to get replaced by AI because if their goal is just to get more people to their website, does it need to be good? Or do I lean harder into I hardly ever pitch for editing clients on here because I just don't need to. And I edit novels and I do that in Chicago style for anyone who's wondering. So yeah, I have to make a choice whether I'm gonna go, try and drum up some more corporate work, which I do not like doing because, as you can tell, I'm not a very corporate person. In other words, like, this job worked really well for my ADHD and for having a chronic illness. Again, it's not a total disaster, but like, we've been like, oh, where's all our money? And it's like, oh, right, because I'm not getting as many corporate jobs. So to people in the creative space who are using AI, I say this: you are your own worst enemy. I cannot respect your choice if you're using AI for narration. I cannot respect your choice if you're using AI for art. Because as much as you might think you're safe, on the back end that like Google, Microsoft, all of them are pulling our work to inform their AI. It's just a matter of time before that stuff starts infiltrating. And it already has. I mean, we had a problem last summer where there was so much new AI work on Amazon that like it was just too much for them to handle, and then all the ratings got messed up. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, listen, y'all want to trust the technology like that. I feel as though that, these little electronic things, certain things are good, right? I feel, listen, like there's pros and cons to the technology, right? To AIs, computers, phones, all of that. The crazy thing about it is that we know that when it comes to these AI robots, right, and like the Chat GPTs, there's too many cons. And nothing really good comes with it, but they want to continue to do it, and a lot of people support it. They say they don't, but in reality, when you're sitting here rating it, when you're sitting here putting money into it, you're supporting it. When you're promoting it, you're supporting it.
Just know that if you think that AI is not going to have a substantive effect on the creative industry and on the art that we consume, it absolutely is. Not that my corporate mumbo jumbo was art, but there was an art to it. Okay, I'm going to go think about my life while I do the things that I get done today. Love you, bye.
Why they went and fire that lady? How they let a robot take? Listen, it's been proven through colleges and I think other fields, right, that the Chat GPT, right, even though they're training it and they're showing, there's been a lot of problems to it. Like, kids have had issues in colleges with the Chat GPT. So, as heavy as they promoting it, I feel like it's fucking up. It's fucking with a lot of people, but people still go for it. So, do I blame the AI or do I blame the people? I blame the people that continue to keep doing the same shit they say they're not going to do, or support the same stuff they say they're not going to support. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. To each his own.
I just feel like I should share this. Okay, so there's a lot of conversations about AI. I recently lost my job to AI, Chat GPT. I'm a copywriter, and small businesses basically realized that service is less expensive than hiring me, even though I don't make very much money, which sucked. So I'm applying to jobs, and it's really, really, really hard to get a job right now.
You ain't lying on that
really hard. I don't know where they said a labor shortage. Where? Who? No. That lies. I almost said fake news, but no. I finally get like an exciting prospect, and I'm like, they want a content writer. That's great. They're actually going to pay me a decent amount, or a livable wage. A livable wage. This is not something to call home about.
Well, have you ever thought about finding, a regular job until what you're trying to do hits, or something happens? I don't know. I don't need this, and I know it's hard to, but the problem is that you're not willing to take the pay. And I hear that with a lot of people. Even if they like the job, the pay is not good. But I'm like, damn, it's to start you off until you find something better. When you find something better and you're able to get right into it, and take that shit and leave this shit behind. But no. Listen, you want to get on your feet and off your ass and stop depending on this person or that person, and do things on your own. You're going to have to, listen, whatever comes first is what you're going to have to take until you find what you like. It's crazy as it is, yeah.
But like more than $0, which is what I'm currently making, because my employer wouldn't call me an employee. I was technically working freelance, even though I was working full time. So I never got benefits, and I don't get unemployment. So I got this exciting new job prospect. They seem really eager to interview me. They need a writer just like me. And they need someone to start immediately. It only lasts 6 months, but like it's a good enough contract where that might be fine. But I can't really figure out what they want me to write. And then I figured it out. They want me to train AI to do my job.
They want you to train the person for the thing that's going to take you down.
That's the worst part. I'm going to have to take it because I cannot afford my apartment.
I thought
I'm about to eat a can of garbanzo beans. What? I'm selling off my possessions. I'm in no place.
I think you're being extra because, a little earlier you said your man was the breadwinner. Right? So it's not like, I think it's just the fact that you're not earning what you think you deserve. So that's why I said I think it's time to change fields and find something, even though it's not easy, but find something else.
So turn down a job. No place. Even though it's literally going to take away the prospect at me finding a job in the future. But I don't have a way out. There's no choice for me. And that's... I don't even... Anyways, if anybody wants to buy any jewelry, I'm selling off all my jewelry.
Oh, yeah, she'd be an extra.
Yeah, if anybody has any recipes for garbanzo beans.
What? Dead. Listen, put them garbanzo beans inside the rice, man. Make some yellow rice with garbanzo beans, and I don't know, I guess fry some chicken. That should be popping.
I lost my job to AI.
How you lose your job?
Let me explain how. My name is Vera. I'm an award-winning journalist and writer, currently working on my first book. Also building a new podcast network. Story for another time. Little secret about writing your first nonfiction book, you have to do all the research ahead of time. Unpaid freelance journalism doesn't pay the rent. That's why I do things like take copywriting jobs for big tech companies. That's just what pays the bills. 6 months ago, at my biggest copywriting contract, I was given an AI counterpart. Little did I know, I was training it to replace me. If you've ever lost your job to AI, send me a voice note at speakpipe.com/hi Vera. I'll be publishing all of the stories.
Well, that's one hell of a freaking name, SpeakPipe. The hell?
Anonymously so that you can break your NDA. All company and brand names will be redacted. Stick around for part 2 so you can hear what the fuck happened.
Regardless of the market conditions around work, regardless of whether you are a
she never told us how the fuck AI took her job. But
software engineer or a mathematician or a scientist or whatever, there is one thing that will remain to be true, probably for the foreseeable future, potentially till the end of time. And that is the single most valuable skill that you can probably hope to have in the job market is strong communication skills.
That's true.
No, we're nowhere near having some kind of AI apocalypse where AI takes all of our jobs. The truth is, yes, that every day, we see copywriters on LinkedIn saying, I've been job searching for 8 months, and today I'm giving up. It's just there's nothing out there for me. That it's a dead field. But the truth is,
I think that should be like a side gig. Writing books and all that. That's why, listen, when they was insisting before, I was like, you know what? That wouldn't be a bad idea. Fuck it. I'll throw my poetry books out first. Then I'll, as I'm doing my poetry, I'll work on, a biography on a shorty. And I'm trying to figure out how I'll put that. Should I make it into a biography or should I turn that into some type of like, not entertainment, but, But anyways, researching into that, I feel as though that even a lot of people that become authors and write books and do all that stuff, they do it like a second job or, like a hobby or how can I say it, as a gig. Like it's not something that pays you every week or every month unless you're popping on one book and that one book goes viral and it continues to make money and money. Listen.
is these people built up one very specific technical skill, but the ones that have extremely strong communication skills as well will be just fine pivoting to something else in the future. And the same is going to be true with software. We're going to pivot. We're going to figure it out. The nature of what software is will change over time. Whether it becomes more and more AI assisted or whether it goes in some completely other direction. At the end of the day, we're going to be solving problems, but the most important part of solving those problems is going to be communicating those problems, whether it be with other humans or whether it be, the ability to clearly communicate the problem.
So you think the AI will help us?
The steps that you're taking to solve it to a machine, prompt and.
I don't think I don't think a machine could fix any human problem. But let's continue.
Engineering, right? This is going to be, it's already a huge field, right? It's only going to get bigger. So if you're watching this and you're not sure, like what is a good use of my off time, right? What should I be studying? Practice your communication skills, practice your public speaking. Even if it's just a stupid video like this, right? Yap skills. Important.
Usually comes up. He did come on live.
Become more important.
AI replacing jobs isn't a problem at all. The problem is capitalism. If we automated all the jobs, then nobody would have to work to survive. We could spend our days doing better stuff. We could, travel the world, maybe even the galaxy. We could focus on building communities and monuments. We could compete in the arts and the sciences. But we won't do any of that because under capitalism, whoever owns the AI owns the products of the AI. So they're simply just going to continue to hoard everything and then sell it back to us for exorbitant prices. So it's not really a problem worth worrying about, because if we could vote to ban AI, we could vote for universal basic income instead. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather be traveling the galaxy than staying in the dark ages and continuing to play whoever can hoard the most survival tokens is amazing and sexy and cool and will lick your boots for the rest of eternity.
Ew, what the fuck is he talking about? Yo, this is crazy. We're going to watch one more video on this and then we're going to get to the new EBT. The new EBT in Section 8 rules for 2025. People are outraged.
Hello. I'm going to explain how AI takes your job.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that to be negative or to be a doomster or because I have a vested interest. I'm going to do that because I believe that if people have an understanding of what's happening around them, it enables them to better navigate their future, and at the very least, if they can't change things, to feel a bit better about it. So I follow a lot of kind of interesting AI people, from Sam Altman down to people actually kind of doing the hard work. And one of the things that they say quite often is that they sort of know that AI is coming, but adoption within businesses isn't happening very fast because businesses don't really know how to do that. And that's all very true. But I also think it's interesting that many of the people who work in that technology are unable to see how it pans out. And there's a good reason for that, which is that it's very easy to understand technology and it's very easy to understand people, but it's difficult to understand how the two things interact. What do I mean? Well, technology always changes, but it always changes in predictable ways, whereas human beings never change. Human beings haven't changed in 100,000 years. What you can't always see, though, is how the two things interact. So the problem is that, as I say, businesses don't know what to do with technology. They never have. And so they rely on their trusted vendors to do that. And so in many cases, in many businesses, that is Microsoft Copilot. So the first thing to understand is that your business owns you. It's always owned you. What? It owns you far more deeply and profoundly than you ever appreciated. What do I mean by that? Well, all of those emails
never thought that my business
that you have on Zoom and other systems are owned by your company. That is in the contract. If you go back and have a look at your contract, anything that you produce on company systems is their property. So wow. Hundreds of thousands of emails, potentially kind of thousands of meetings that they've kind of recorded. But
so would that be the same? I mean, that is the same thing. The same thing with YouTube, right? Whatever videos you upload on YouTube, it belongs to them. The same thing with Facebook. They're not your videos no more And it's crazy. This is a subject we've been talking about for a minute already, yo. Whatever you upload to social media, right, and leave it there, once you upload it, it's not yours no more. Everybody is entitled to criticize, download to their computer and re-upload to their social media with a commentary. Like it belongs to, whatever website app that you upload it to. So yeah, I know what he's talking about. That's crazy though. But damn, so that means that whatever these AIs whatever you give these AIs to, sit here and write. For example, if you write poetry and you're using the AI for it, right? And you have the rights to that poetry until that robot's given away or taken from you, I guess, right?
Imagine you left that company and somebody else was going to do your job. They could just point to that mountain of emails and say, look, that's how Bob does his job. And that wouldn't be a very useful thing. So they've always owned these billions of emails, and if they've recorded them, kind of meetings, they just haven't had anything to do with them. Enter Copilot. So what is Copilot doing? So Microsoft's AI product Copilot is busily absorbing you, your identity.
He said absorbing your identity. Yo, that John is on my computer because of Microsoft, right? And it's also on my phone. It's called Gemini on your phone. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie, man. Them Johns be making some good ass thumbnails too, yo. The Gemini for the Gemini Copilot for your Android phones. Yeah, man, that little John be making some good ass thumbnails. I'm not gonna sit here and lie.
In the background, and at first this is going to seem kind of quite benign. So it's doing little things like, oh, it will take notes of your meeting, or oh, it can suggest a better wording of that email for you, and you think, oh, thanks very much, that's kind of very useful. But gradually you'll begin to see what's really happening. So for example, you might go on holiday, and instead of just out of the office, you've got an option to let Copilot, your friendly buddy, answer some of your emails for you within certain parameters. And you think, oh, that's very useful. I really want to come back to a mountain with emails. So you sort of switch it on. And then when you get back, there'll be some sort of manual training period where basically it will say, look, I made these decisions, I scheduled these meetings, I told this person this, is this all okay? And you'll be like, yep, or maybe I wouldn't have done that, and so on. And it will kind of refine what it does. And the next step is to say, well, that kind of worked out okay. How about I handle some of your workload? And the way that will be positioned is it's going to improve your productivity, right? You hate doing all these things. So just let, your friendly, subservient Microsoft Copilot do some of the meetings and emails that you don't like doing. You'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And your days will seem to get better. But then something really weird will happen, which is you'll decide to leave the company. And you might ask the question, well, when are we going to recruit my replacement? And somebody will tell you, oh, we decided maybe we're just going to give it a whirl and not recruiting your replacement. Oh, who's going to do my job? Well, we think Copilot has been doing a pretty good job of your job for a while. And then you think, well, I don't know, I'm really easy with that. There's going to be a virtual Bob. Who's going to own
a virtual Bob?
Because this virtual Bob is going to be generated video. So it's not just going to be an AI kind of answering your emails. It's going to be somebody joining Zoom calls, talking to you as I'm talking to you now, with your name, your face. And you say, I don't think you can do that. And the company will say, actually, we can. It's in your contract. We own all of that.
Oh, shit.
We might just
your image?
And so you leave and you just...
Oh, shit. Wait, did you sign off on this? Like, they could take... Oh, this shit reminds me of Black Mirror.
Discover that they're not replacing you, because AI Bob is actually doing a better job than you, because AI Bob is 24/7. AI Bob responds to emails instantaneously. AI Bob never screws up on a Zoom call or has a cold. And all of this will unravel in quite a predictable way, because organizations already have Microsoft Copilot, are already training it on your data. So, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Obviously, if you're in a physical job, you might think, oh, I'm safe from that. Well, not so. Have a look at robots like Neo.
He said
the latest kind of monstrosity is from Mr. Elon Musk, which will basically be trained to do your physical stuff in much the same way.
Listen, I don't mind the chat GPT and stuff like that, right? But an AI in my house, that I do mind. I've given my opinion before on how I feel and what I think about, the AI robots and stuff like that, transferring the conscience into a robot, or if somebody passes away, right, and they actually sit here and I'm not gonna say clone because a clone is done in the lab, right, with your DNA and stuff like that. But we're talking about a robot that is covered in like some type of skin that feels real, right? But it has the voice of the person that just passed away and has certain thoughts. And I'm gonna say certain thoughts because I'm saying they're transferring a conscience. I mean, I'm guessing the last memories of what your loved one was. I mean, listen, I can't even sit here and try to figure out how they do that shit because it's kind of like it's they're making you think or making you see your brain the way when they talk about this stuff. Like I'm sitting here, it's like, damn, is our brain some type of hard drive, a chip or some shit that you could just transfer data over to a damn robot into his chip? I'm sitting here like, god damn. But I'm guessing. This shit is crazy, yo. Blessings, we on Lock Nation in the building, guys. Make sure y'all go check him out. Right, great conversations, great topics, and he has great talking points when it comes to Dr. Umar Johnson. Right, make sure y'all go check him out. All right, so this AI stuff is crazy, man. All right, so we're going to head into the next video, and Shorty's going in her live with this video, right? So we're going to be reviewing and reacting to the new EBT and Section 8 rules for 2025. People are outraged. TikTok rant, right? And y'all know how I feel and what I think about, when it comes to the supplemental income, right? To me, like I tell people, it's something temporary, right? Unless you have some type of health condition, right, or mental health condition that keeps you from working, right? But a lot of people have worked around the system, right, and they've been caught. A lot of people have cheated the system and have been caught. There's a phrase that my old heads used to use when I was younger, right? Listen, the government loves to cheat you, but you cannot cheat the government back, right? They don't like that shit when you do it, right? But with so much going on, right, there's a lot of people that are kind of furious, right? Well, we got others, right, that's like, I think this would help, right? For example, right, why can't somebody that's working, right, so many hours, right, and making this amount of money receive food stamps, right? I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that, right? But what's crazy is, right, I feel as though personally that not everybody that is on SSI should be on SSI. A lot of people is really taking advantage of that shit, right? And there are people that really do need it. So it's time. I mean, there's too many people that are lazy using the system, right? And where they at? Still in the same spot in the hood. Like they begging for money, but throughout these years, you've been getting some type of support, some type of help, but you haven't done shit, right? And this is for everybody, right? I'm just speaking in general. If the shoe fits, wear that itch. If it doesn't apply, let it fly.
No more food stamps. They're taking away food stamps. No more EBT. I'm sorry. They talking about no more Section 8, y'all.
Don't forget to upload this live.
Y'all get ready. It's getting real out here. And that's definitely for my cousin, because she love to just. And now if you on food stamps, you on Section 8, I understand. Some people need it. Some people need it. Do what you gotta do. Take care of your family. Hey, I'm not knocking. I'm speaking for my cousin. I hope she see this video.
I'm dead.
All she want to do is sit around, do nothing all day, and just collect the check. And she able-bodied.
And another thing, the reason they taking them motherfucking food stamps, y'all.
I'm dead, yo. He just snitched on his cousin, saying my cousin she lazy. She need to get off her ass and do something about it. I mean, he out here exposing. I mean, is it a rant? Maybe. Oh Lord, they're taking away the food stamps, y'all. Get ready. I mean, if there's nothing wrong with you, get a job.
Check it. She able-bodied.
And another thing, the reason they taking them motherfucking food stamps, because y'all got a wig with baby hair, lashes, nails on feet, Carly B nails, all of this shit that costs a lot of money to do.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that. Okay? Y'all got that shit on fleet more than the bitch that's working every day. So they need.
Yo, she ain't lying, because if you really look at it, man, you got motherfuckers out here, right, that are supposed to be on supplemental income, living like they queens, kings and queens, yo. Like, some of these people go out there, right, and somehow, some way, yo, I'll be like, yo, you really just spent all that shit on seafood boils and shit? Like, what? You know what? Don't even tell me what restaurant or what store is taking your food stamps right now, right? Because I'm sitting here, I'm like, instead of going to the damn store, as high as the food has gone, man, a carton of eggs here in Philly is between $4 to $7 now. That's how high a carton of eggs is, right? I don't know how high it is, or how much it costs in other places, but I do know that the prices went up. But y'all still buying seafood in these, seafood places and shit like that, spending $50 to $100 on just a little bit of seafood. And that $50 to $100, you could have gotten a couple things at the market, right? And made dinner at least for 2 to 3 days, maybe. I mean, I'm just saying.
Need to take your stamps. They need to take them.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Divine, and today's video is all about the new requirement for Section 8 food stamp changing now that Trump is back in office. So
hey, her voice don't even match her. I've been doing good. We on Lock Nation. I've been catching. I caught a little bit of your couple lives that you've been doing, man. Keep doing your thing, yo. Like, I'm glad I met you and I came across you, man, because I'm telling you, like, you've given me a different perspective on a lot of topics, right? And especially on Dr. Umar Johnson, yo. So I really do appreciate you and I respect you. But yo, wait a minute. I know I'm not tripping, man. Why it sound like, I know it was a black girl on the screen, or probably Hispanic, like she was either Puerto Rican or Dominican, but I swear I'm hearing a Chinese girl.
To take your stamps. They need to take them.
hi guys, welcome back to another video.
See?
My name is Divine.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I can't make I was trying, but I can't make the voice.
And today's video is all about the new requirement for Section 8 food stamp changing now that Trump is back in office. So there's a new regulation regarding the food stamp, EBT, and government assistance basically. And this has caused a stir on TikTok. It's literally all over my For You page. Some people are crying that their EBT got cut off, while others who are working
Facts, we on Lock
are
Nation.
happy about this new policy, because some people are just sitting at home and receiving benefits, which is not fair. Anyway, with this new regulation, you have to work 35 hours a week to be eligible. A lot of people are ranting.
But what's the problem with you going out there, right, and making your cash, right, by working, and them sitting here and giving you some food stamps on the side because you're making 30 to 36 hours a week, right? They're like, all right, now we see you, eligible. Before, listen, if you was getting too much money, they would not give you food stamps or health insurance. I mean, I'm not sure if it's, I feel as though it's a good thing, not a bad thing. Get off your fucking asses, because off the welfare, unless you're popping kid after kid every fucking year, you're not really getting shit. You should be spending that money on your kids, but a lot of y'all is out there living the lavish life while y'all kids look like fucking hood rats. But you know what? I'm sorry. All them random thoughts came out, and the North Philly just came out of me too. So you know what? I apologize. Let me take it down a notch and let's continue. Why is her voice not matching? You know what?
A lot of people are sharing their take regarding this whole new regulation, and in this video we'll be checking all that out. So with no further ado, let's get right into the video.
Hey family.
Oh,
I'm back.
She was a narrator.
I found out something else. I don't know if y'all heard or not, but Trump is getting rid of that Section 8 and EBT for these people that don't want to get out here and go to work. Your time is up, baby. Y'all, I know most people like us really not feeling Trump, but I'm kind of feeling him on what he's saying about this. Now, how many of y'all have family members, friends, people that's been living off Section 8 for 20 years? They rent $3.
She said $3. She exaggerated. The rent is not $3, but the lowest their rent is $100, $200, $300. You see what I'm compared to, other places. But I feel as though, this Section 8, right? When it comes to Section 8, right? there's a lot of people that are taking advantage, right? Because there's a lot of people out here using mental health as a crutch. A lot of people, right, are not, there's nothing wrong with their mental. There's nothing wrong with their bodies. They should be able to go work. While there's other people out here that have gotten into accidents and have disabled them, and they need this type of income to, help to aid them throughout the years until they get better. Some people are fortunate to get better. Some people are unfortunate to get better. There are people out here, they got autism, schizophrenia, and stuff like that, right? That do need to be on these SSI checks, right? Because, some of them find a way and they manage to get some work if they got the proper health care. And what I mean by the proper health care, a lot of them need an aid with them. They need somebody, because under their league, even when they're working. And they got programs for that. For people with schizophrenia that are able, that are maintaining their pills, right, are going to therapy and they doing what they got to do. They have actually aides for them that'll go with them, to school, to work and stuff like that, and be side by side with them. And they got jobs that accept people like that. For example, Aramark is a place that does accept people with disabilities, mental health, and much more. In Aramark, I've seen people in wheelchairs with one leg working as security on some real shit. The first time I went to Aramark when I was working at the kitchen, right, I was sitting here and I looked at the bull, right, and he was sitting down in the wheelchair. I thought he was one of, regular fans and stuff like that, but no. Like, as time passed by, I was like, yo, I kept seeing him. I asked, I was like, yo, what you do? He's like, I work here. They let me work with a disability. That's the good benefits of this job. You see where I'm coming from? And he also keeps a little bit of his check. You see where I'm coming from? For if he's not able to maintain this job, right, he's able to fall back on something that he needs. So, I'm like, damn, like, yo, what's crazy is the thought through my head. I was saying, like, yo, if something goes off, like, how is he going to run after somebody in the wheelchair? Man, he going to ride right behind them. He going to will. Fuck, man. But he doing it. The whole point is he's doing it. So, I feel as though that a lot of people have excuses, right? And I don't think it's a bad idea, right? Like I said earlier in this live, right? I went to a city called Youngstown, Ohio, right? And that's how they do it over there. In Youngstown, Ohio, right? For you to get food stamps, you have to, do a couple hours a week. I'm not sure if it's 36 or more, but, in order for you to receive food stamps over there, you have to work a certain amount of hours a week, right? And in Philadelphia, right, it wasn't working a certain amount of hours. You had to complete workshops and stuff like that in order for you to get cash and food stamp assistance, right? Unless you are on SSI, SDI, and stuff like that, right? Or unemployed, retired. But I've seen so many people that were unemployed, took advantage, right? They got on them stamps and whatever services they were given, and they got their asses right back to work. There's people that saw, like, oh shit, this is easy money, and they say, fuck it, I ain't gotta work. Man, fuck that. I'm to this day asking, how do you do it? Because I'm dependent on my baby pops right now and on gigs, on whatever I can get on my hand-ons that I'm good. Like, for example, today I could have a good day selling t-shirts, right? You see where I'm coming from? Or, doing this gig over there, doing that gig over there. But, it varies. So the main income in this house is hemp. When at one point in time, the main income was both. So it's just crazy as shit. And, we had a little more freedom, a little more space when both incomes was coming in. That's the crazy part. And my ass was sitting here working job after job after job. But now, if it's not doing Uber Eats on a bike, is, I'm sitting here doing t-shirts, helping people out. Like, and as a community activist, I don't mind the helping people part out, but some people is just ungrateful. But I've noticed, right, on the helping people out, right, the lazy people that take advantage. Like, for example, like, yo, I've seen some people sit here and be at home depending on their parents, right? They cannot work. And it's crazy as shit. I'm sitting here like, really? You're just like, you're leeching off their check? Get the fuck off your mama and your daddy couch and go get a fucking job. Get off your grandma. And you will hear some people say, well, they letting them. They always. I mean, shit. Like, I get it, but a lot of people out here is leeching onto this shit. Like,
not that they can't go to work, they don't want to go to work. Now, let me say this on the sidebar. They do have some people that need Section 8.
Facts, we unlock.
Medically, they can't go to work.
She's saying the same thing I'm saying right now.
They just can't physically. I get it. I'm not talking to y'all.
Facts. I was just saying the same thing.
Ones that your mama been on Section 8
all
her life, and she ripping and running and doing this and doing that, and then you seen she was on Section 8, paid $3 rent. So now you, as a young girl, because you done got pregnant and you got a baby, you go run out there and get on Section 8, and you ain't working, and you having child after child after child, and y'all all on Section 8 getting food stamps, $1,000 a month, and no, that's all about to stop. That's who I'm talking to. Okay. Trump said that's enough. So for us people that goes to work, that's working, he said you got to have at least 30 hours. Okay? 30 hours a week to qualify for the program.
That's crazy, right? Because I was doing at least 40 to 56 hours a week, and I did not qualify for food stamps. Right? They said, first of all, they said my pay was too much. Right? And second of all, they said I was doing too many hours. Obviously, what the fuck? Like, shit. But now, if I go do them hours again, I can get some food stamps. That's crazy.
All right. So most of us that work on a regular basis, 30 hours ain't nothing to us. This is what we do. So guess what? We gonna be the ones walking around in the grocery store with the big baskets, because we deserve it. All these years, they've been letting people with no job. They walking around with 2-3 baskets full of groceries, and us hardworking people, we got a little handheld basket with 2-3 items in there, because that's all we have left out of our check. And they sitting around getting fat food, eating lobsters and shrimp and crabs.
How's you saying the same thing I just said?
We can't even eat that, and we the ones going to work. So I'm glad Trump didn't flip the switch, baby. So all y'all that's living it up right now, that's able-bodied to go to work, and you're choosing not to go to work, you better get ready, because baby, y'all finna get them notices. And them notices gonna come soon. And like he said, real quick. And those of us that go to work, we ought to be able to go and apply for some food stamps and see what it feel like.
She said, see what it feels
like. And slide a card with pride.
She said with pride,
it's not for the ones that don't have nothing. It's for the ones that's working.
I mean, you shouldn't be embarrassed that you're getting some food stamps, no matter what the situation is. But shit, you fucking right, man. Go out there and shop, man, and do that shit with pride. That shit, the people that are lazy are doing it. Why shouldn't you? Shit, you earned that shit.
Have something. It's our turn now, y'all. So I'm telling y'all right now, if you able to go to work, you better get out there and start filling out them applications. If you want to have a place to live.
She keep blinking.
It's time to get up and stop being lazy.
Your asses off your mama and your daddy.
It's not the American
off
way
your
no more.
auntie couches, grandmama
I don't want
couch.
no smoke, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Them people that's on Section 8 and food stamps, those resources is not to stay on for a lifetime. Baby,
You're saying the same thing I'm saying.
Those resources is to get up there, get your life together, make your situation better, and then get off for the next person. Oh, but since y'all want to stay on it, then I got a solution for social service. Social service, if these recipients is at home, not doing nothing all day long, using taxpayer money, my money, I believe y'all facility should have a daycare inside of it. Yes,
oh shit!
Taxpayers can bring their kids.
What the daycare got to do with anything? 8?
In order for you to get Section 8 and food stamps, you gotta babysit my kids. That's how that works.
They won't be able to get Section 8. The landlord will kick them out.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's a good old little deal right there. Y'all get y'all big.
I mean, you had me until you said that, people got watch kids and stuff like that on Section 8. I mean, I doubt that because landlords will kick you out in a heartbeat if you mess their property up. And guess what? Kids, a lot of kids in one house, you try and get people evicted. You purposely try and get people evicted. Yo, that's some fucked up shit.
Bills paid, and we get babysitters. That's that.
I don't normally get on here and give my opinion about these sort of things, but waking up and seeing all these people crying that their EBT got cut off strikes a nerve in me.
It does?
I know several people personally, single moms, single dads, that have their kids in daycare. They're working 2 and 3 jobs, and they are not approved for food stamps, and they are working their butts off, barely surviving. And then you have all these other people out here who are playing the system, who are finessing what their income is, and then getting all this money on food stamps and selling it, and then not even providing the food that they need for their children all month long. They are the problem. If you do that, you are the problem. You are the issue.
Those are the same type of people that I be talking about, that other people be talking about, because we see it. It's like, I don't get it. And then these females think it's funny. Like, you pop one kid, you pop another one. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a part 2 to these reactions. There's going to be a part 2, right? Because there's a whole nother, set of videos put together, right, of mamas showing off, right, on social media with their food stamps, selling it, twerking, dancing, buying seafood and all that shit. I'm sitting here like, yo, you gotta be kidding me. And then you putting this shit on social media so the world can know that you get this shit and what you do with it too.
I personally got full custody of both of my children recently, and they were living in a home that was very abusive. It took me a long time to have the money to go back into the system to get them. And come to find out, they were going without food the majority of the month because their parents, step-parents, were selling all their food stamps for drugs, and then they went without food all month long. So is the system broken? The system is broken. Is this a way to fix the system and weed out all of these snakes who have come in and want to use and abuse our government and our tax dollars? Absolutely. Do not get on social media whining and crying if you can go get a job and you don't have a job and you can't do what you want to do. We don't care. Go do
Nobody
what the rest
cares.
of us do.
Get a job.
That's my take.
Okay, as a person that receives EBT, I don't not understand why people are getting upset because they're making it a work requirement.
Oh, shit.
My husband works. Not only does he works 2 jobs, and we still get EBT. I have 8 children that
That's
only
why.
one of those 8 kids are not medically needy. So, like, what's the problem? Because you have to work at least 20 hours a week? Like, are you serious? Get off your ass and work. The idea of the program is to help you so that you can get off the program.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all be wanting these benefits for the rest of your life. Like, y'all love to live for free. I can't even get Section 8. I wish I could get Section 8. Y'all just, I don't know, America lazy, y'all.
I know you guys saw what Trump said about food stamps and all the government assistance, Section 8, and it's about time. And I'm not trying to bash on anyone that is on Section 8 or food stamps because that's you.
I mean, that's crazy. So far, I don't see you. I mean, we're going to listen to what you're saying, but so far I haven't seen nobody bash on nobody. A lot of people, why do they call it rants? I'm not sure. I would say ranting are the ones that are not working, that are getting mad because they're not going to get no food stamps unless they go to work. I mean, the whole purpose of the program, even when you get into the program, they let you know this purpose is to help you until you're able to get back on your feet. Is a supplemental income. And the only ones that are should be able to keep it are the ones that are, like I said, either disabled or have a mental health condition. Those that people that get into an accident and can't go back to work because their body is not the same no more. Veterans that come home that are not the same no more. They should be able to apply for these type of benefits and not have a problem, but they do. Oh, trust me, a lot of them do. Veterans that fought for our country, fought for the people in this country, having issues trying to get housed in Section 8 and some type of benefits to help them. Man, I don't know where people see a perfect, how can I say it, a perfect portrait at, because it's not.
Do your thing, but so many people milk it. Like, there's so many people that could actually use the help and they can't because they work too much or whatever. They make too much. But how is that fair when you're literally just sitting home, not working, and you're getting all these benefits? Like, that's just not fair. And don't get me wrong, because I've been on food stamps before. And obviously I'm not on food stamps anymore. I was on it a couple years ago. My son's about 7, so I remember when he was born, I did qualify for WIC, food stamps and all that. But Section 8 and food stamps and all those benefits are not made to, like, for you to stay on them forever. Like, I saw a video on a woman that said she was on them since she was 19 and she's in her 30s. Like, girl, what do you mean? Like, go get a job and go provide for your 6 kids. Like, how are you going to be on food stamps and rely on the government for, like, your entire life? You know what I mean?
Man, I just seen a dude.
That's because a lot of them, once again, we've been saying the same thing over and over. A lot of them are lazy, right? A lot of people do not want to get off their asses. A lot of them, listen, I call them food stamp babies, SSI babies, because a lot of them got put into this. A lot of them, their parents put this idea in their heads, right? And I'm only telling y'all what I've seen. I can't tell y'all what y'all seen, what other people have witnessed. I can only speak on the things that I've seen around. And I've seen it. A lot of these kids grow up and they want to stay in that system for some reason. Oh, my mama was in this long. She was doing this for this long. I could do the same thing. What in, like, listen. So shout out to, We Unlock Nation, because he is on point saying this. Again, the government wants you to be dependent on them. That's why brothers voted for less government. Man, listen, let us shorty know what y'all think and feel about these videos that we reviewed and reacted to today. There's going to be a part 2 to this, John, man. I'm about to go check out the word. If y'all haven't checked out the word, make sure y'all go check him out. I see that he is live, so I'm gonna go catch a little bit of his live, fall back, and I will go live later on. So listen, if you haven't subbed up, make sure y'all do. Right, if y'all enjoyed the content today, right, make sure y'all smash that like button for a shorty, right? Help a shorty, bring awareness by sharing her videos, right? There's a lot of informative videos that we have uploaded. Make sure y'all check the videos out. And if you haven't subbed up, make sure y'all do, because a shorty doesn't schedule lives. I just pop up. So on that note, till next time, right, this y'all shorty Racheal. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day. Continue to have a blessed and humble morning.